Today, we're going to dive into the story of Pinduoduo, a company that pretty much appeared out of nowhere and completely upended China's massive e-commerce market by, get this, turning shopping into a game.
So let's just start with the big question, the central mystery here. How in the world did a brand new company grow so fast that it caught these seasoned, established giants completely by surprise?
Just look at this. Within only 3 years, its number of monthly active users just blew past the established number 2 player in the market, JD.com. It was this stunning takeover that, frankly, nobody saw coming. So really, how is that even possible?
Well, for starters, it begins with prices that just seem impossible. We are talking about things like 50 rolls of toilet paper, which for a lot of people is like a 6-month supply, for just 6.8 yuan. That's about $1. It's the kind of deal that makes you do a double take and go, okay, what's the catch?
To really get the genius of Pinduoduo, you first have to understand the world it was born into, and that world was dominated by two very, very different titans.
So on one side, you've got Alibaba. Think of it like a giant digital shopping mall, a marketplace connecting all sorts of sellers and buyers. On the other side, you've got JD.com, which is much more like Amazon. It's a direct retailer, and its whole game is logistics, speed, and reliability. Pinduoduo didn't just show up as another player on the field. It was like it was playing a completely different sport.
Okay, so at its heart, Pinduoduo uses a model called group buying. Now, this idea wasn't new. It had been tried in the West, and you know what? It mostly failed. But Pinduoduo didn't just bring it back. It supercharged it by wiring it directly into the social media that everyone was already using.
So on the app, you basically have 3 ways to buy something. 1, you can just buy it alone, and the price is still really cheap. 2, you can join a group that someone else has already started and get an even better price. Or, and this right here is the absolute key to everything, you can start your own group to unlock the lowest possible price. And this third option, Kaituan, or starting a group, that's the secret sauce. That's the engine that powers the entire platform because it instantly transforms you, the shopper, from just a passive buyer into an active promoter.
This whole model is called C2B, or consumer to business, and it just completely flips the traditional way of doing retail right on its head. Think about it. Instead of a company spending millions and millions of dollars on advertising to find customers, the customers do the marketing for the company. By sharing a deal with their friends and family to build a buying group, they're not just saving a few bucks, they're creating a viral marketing campaign for free.
And this gets right to the heart of it. When the founder, Huang Zheng, was asked how on earth the prices could be so low, his answer was incredibly simple. He said, the users handle the marketing. The money a company would have spent on ads just gets passed on to the consumer as a bigger discount.
You know, this system is a complete game changer for manufacturers. All of a sudden, these smaller companies with a great product but zero advertising budget could reach a huge national audience. All they needed was a really good deal, and the users would take it from there.
Which, of course, brings us to the next, and maybe the most fascinating piece of this puzzle. Sure, a discount is great, but what makes millions of people want to do this, to participate so enthusiastically?
Well, the founder himself described it with this perfect analogy. He said Pinduoduo is a combination of 2 things: Costco's incredible value and Disneyland's pure, unadulterated fun. And this is where it gets really interesting. See, the founder's background isn't in retail at all. Before all this, Huang Zheng was a game developer. He used to create those big multiplayer online battle arena games, MOBAs, where your success depends entirely on building a strong team. He took the core ideas from those games and just plugged them straight into the shopping experience. Recruiting your friends isn't just a way to save money, it's a core mission. You've got time-sensitive events that create this real sense of urgency. And in the end, when you get that amazing deal, it doesn't just feel like a transaction, it feels like you won.
And the scale we're talking about here is just massive. During one of these subsidy war events, the platform just hammered the price of the brand new iPhone 11 and sold 400,000 of them. It turned a product launch into a nationwide game that everybody wanted to play.
So, we've seen how they built this incredible engine for growth. But what about now? Let's take a look at how this disruptive model is evolving and what kind of challenges it's facing today.
Now, it was not a perfectly smooth ride. In the early days, the platform got a bad rap for having low-quality, sometimes even fake products. But here's the brilliant part. The social model has its own built-in immune system. Think about it. If you recommend a terrible product to your friends, they're going to stop trusting you. Your social credibility tanks.
And that social pressure naturally pushes the bad sellers out of the system over time.
But the fight is far from over. Today, Pinduoduo is up against a whole new set of challenges. It has to prove it can be profitable in the long run. Of course, its giant rivals, Alibaba and JD, are now trying to copy the model. And maybe the biggest hurdle is convincing those skeptical, higher-income city dwellers to join the party.
You know, when you really look at it, Pinduoduo's success wasn't just about a clever business model. It was about digitizing a deeply ingrained cultural habit. This idea of referral buying, where a recommendation from a friend you trust will always mean more than some slick advertisement. So, in the end, Pinduoduo totally cracked the code on how to blend social media, gaming, and e-commerce in a way nobody else had. And it leaves us with this really fascinating question to think about. Are we just looking at a regional phenomenon, something unique to China, or is this a glimpse into the future of how all of us will shop?